Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Talk Football Live. This is the ABC crew returning this weekend after a long international break. I know you guys are excited to have us back. Thank you for returning, Hayo. Thank you, Charles. And my name is Biodun. I welcome you guys back to Talk Football Live. How are you guys doing?
Great.
Good.
Glad
You
to be
feel
back.
excited
Ready.
about this weekend?
It's a big one. It's a big one. I'm ready.
All right. I can say Ayo is ready,
A,
right?
a
Ready,
potential
ready.
title decider.
He's already pumping and flying the jersey, right?
I'm ready to be in the first 11. Let's go.
Charles, I know people by now should know that you're a Chelsea fan. You have nothing to be excited about, but at the same time, I'm going to have you as a designated City fan to talk about the Man City Arsenal game coming up this weekend. Is that cool with you,
Yeah,
Charles?
of course. No problem, no problem.
I mean, if you can talk about Chelsea, you should be able to talk about.
Hey,
I mean, if they win this weekend, they could go up as high as eighth. You
They
you
could
know,
guys
go. They
focus.
go up as what, Ayo?
as
This is
high
not
as
about
eighth.
focus.
Okay,
Okay.
okay. I mean, I'm just saying, Europe is, Europe could
Oh
be
yeah,
a
Europe is likely.
possibility.
We'll
Ayo.
talk about that later.
Yeah, I didn't
Number
say
number
likely.
number
I
eight
said
is not going to get them into Europe.
let's
From eight
temper.
to get to eight, to get to six, you have to get to eight first, then you get to seven,
No,
then
no, no, no. I
baby
think what
steps.
he's saying is you can surpass your own expectation.
Whatever,
Way
Right.
man.
beyond 10 and get
There's
Let's
a
into.
possibility. Before it
You
was
understand?
looking very unlikely. Now it's becoming looking
I don't think
possible.
there is
I
any.
don't know
I don't
about
think there is
likely. Likely is maybe pushing
any
it a
chance that
little
you
bit.
go beyond it, even if you make it to it.
Ayo, thanks for the faith. I don't know what Biodun is talking about, but thanks for having faith in us.
And anyway, let's focus on the big game. Let's focus on the big game. I know during the weekend of the Man City Liverpool, people were like, "This is the season decider, and this is the title decision making game." Well, that is an history right now, right? Right
Absolutely.
now, we're talking about the real game, and I think that's actually a decision making weekend. We don't know how it's gonna go. I hope it's gonna go well for Arsenal. I don't want City to win this thing. The fourth
Mm,
consecutive time that has never happened before, but I know that's what they are going.
yep.
They're going for. But before we get into this, our fans, please continue to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for staying with us. Right now, we're going to get into it. I'm going to start with you, Charles, as our designated City fan, because Donadoni is not with us tonight. It's food open. Donadoni, enjoy the meals in Philly. We'd love to have you back. Enjoy your time out there in Philly. So, Charles, tell me, what is Pep thinking? What is it planning to do for this game on Sunday? And walk us through some injuries and possible lineup. And do you still think he stand a chance, even with some of the players that we hearing that are probably out of this game due to injuries?
Mhm.
Yes, Pep is thinking of only one thing, thinking of what every City fan should be thinking about: victory, 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 victory.
Mhm.
And last I checked, Arsenal beat Pep the previous game, right? So I know Pep would not want that to happen again. And Pep has a way of getting his results. Over the years, we've seen that. And what I like about Pep is, yeah, we're saying this is a title decider, this is a title decider. I don't think Pep is thinking about it that way. Pep is
Really?
taking one game at a time. Because as we know, Pep thinks he thinks on the long haul. He can lose this game and still win the title.
Mm.
He knows that. We know that. You understand? So even though this game is a big deal to Pep, and he definitely wants to win, that's the only thing on his mind, victory. It's not a do or die affair. You understand?
Really?
Now, can he win? Yes. This game is one of those games that are probably very, very tough to predict, especially with the last season and this season that Arsenal has had. We know Arsenal can come in guns blazing. We know they can do and undo. Now, we also know Pep can do and undo, and Pep is very, very unpredictable, especially when it comes to his lineup. So, can he win? The answer is yes. Would he win? We will have to wait and see. Now, in regards to the lineup, yeah, I've heard so many news about basically those who are in doubt for Pep. But I actually, due to the international break, I know the international break helped a lot of people hide from playing for their country. A lot of people were saying they were injured, probably weren't injured. So, in other words, I'm expecting a full squad for this game. Now, rumor has it that Stones and Walker are out injured. I know, not really rumor, because
Yeah, I think Pep confirmed that both of them are out of the
both of
game.
them are out injured.
Yeah.
Um, Walker is is a bigger concern for me. And then rumor of Grealish and Akanji back in training, which is a good thing. I really wasn't expecting Grealish to start. He's probably going to come from the bench like he's been doing a lot this season. Akanji, on the other hand, probably should start because he's started a couple of games, and also because Walker is a big doubt in defense. So it's probably going to be a makeshift defense if he doesn't play Walker. Now, Stones, I'm not really worried about. I'm worried about Walker because I think Walker is having a very decent season so far. And when he really, really pushes, when he performs, he tends to get results. And of course, he is the captain, so that really helps to ginger them. But regardless of all that, Stones, Walker, Akanji, Grealish, not too worried about because he's going to come from the bench either way. Stones, Walker, Akanji, realistically, they are all replaceable. Like I said, Walker is the biggest threat on that list, but doesn't mean he's not replaceable. Now, all these guys are all the three main guys that are originally starters, really, are all defenders. So let's focus on where City is really strong. It's in the midfield and the attack. The likes of Rodri are fit, likes of KDB, Haaland, those guys are fit. Foden, I think he can put in a makeshift defense and still make things work. That's what I'm trying to say. So I do expect Pep to go all out. I think the game is going to be won in midfield / attack on both sides. However you set up your midfield, I don't know how Pep's going to set up his midfield because he probably going to do his regular 4-3-3 with KDB, Rodri, and somebody else in midfield, which we're not really sure who that person is going to be. It could be Silva, it could be Foden. He has a way of bringing in random face. Sometimes it could even be Kovacic. So how we set up would matter, but knowing Pep, it's not the most deciding factor because Pep can always switch things mid-game. So he may set up in a certain way, see it's not working and switch it up. So in other words, Pep is unpredictable. I wouldn't look at his lineup and say, oh, he's lost the game or he has won the game. He can still make change mid-game. He's one of the best coaches in doing that. I'm not going to give a prediction yet.
No. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to actually, I'm going to ask you to walk me through the possible. I know you kind of talked about it, but I didn't want to be clear on your possible starting 11. So I want to go to Ayo, and same question. Walk us through the mind of Arteta. Walk us through what the feeling is like right now. Walk us through any injury concern, and walk us through your, how do you see this game going this weekend?
We are going to destroy City at the Etihad. You heard me here first.
Ayo, stop. Do not sound like Lobsy here.
More of that.
I know you're kidding, man.
When people brag.
I don't want to come back here now feeling
4-1.
Okay.
We hear it at the Etihad.
This is a different. This is a different Ayo.
This is post international.
I know our viewers are wondering if I've had any intoxicants. No, I was impersonating Lobsy for a minute there. Let me come back to my normal self. But I'm feeling confident, honestly. I'm feeling confident. I think this is the first time since Pep has been here where, I'm not going into this game feeling inferior, hoping for a draw. It's the first time where there's actually a possibility that we might be able to win the game. In games past, it was hope, doubtful hope. Let's just hope that maybe we don't make mistakes, or let's just hope that maybe we can sneak a draw. This game feels different, for those reasons. And a big reason for that for me is Declan Rice. I think the introduction of Declan Rice to this team makes me feel more confident in terms of how solid the team is. And then we have our usual weapons everywhere else around the team. Saliba and Gabriel in defense have stepped up even more this season. I think another year of playing together, another year of maturity has really helped them. So, but if you look at what Arteta is thinking, right? Arteta is going into this game and he's going to be thinking the same way he's been saying, over the past few weeks is we have to prove that we are at that level, that we can compete at this level. He showed that last season. Yes, Arsenal fell off, but really it was about getting Arsenal back to this point where a fan like me can approach a game and we don't go into that game with fear. And the fact that I feel that way means the players who are professionals should also be approaching that game with that same confidence, saying, we've beaten the City team twice this season. We beat them in the Community Shield. It went down to penalties. The equalizer came late, but we won on penalties. And then there was the game at home, and we won that game again 1-0. Right? Very close games, but the fact is, we have proven to ourselves that this City team might be the best in the world. They did the treble just 6, 9, 12 months ago, whatever it was, but we are able to beat that team. There is a possibility that it can happen. At the Etihad, it's a tall ask, but it is possible. And the challenge is for the team to go there. If I'm Ateta, I'm saying that to the boys. You can beat this team. You have already done it. This is not like a challenge. You've done it already twice. Let's go there. Let's do it again.
Wow. That is a confident analysis, and I'm going to come back to you. I'll also come back to you, Charles. But I just wanted to break some things, pick out some things from some of the things you mentioned, right? We've beaten them twice. Yes, this season that is so true. We can beat them again. That's confidence, and I've never seen you, talk that way before. And at the same time, I fear going with you and Jonathan when you sound so confident like this sometimes. Because sometimes I've been beaten before that I like, oh man, why this guy's so confident? But at the end of the day, we get disappointed. So I don't want to jinx myself. I'm just going to stay humble, stay neutral, open for the best. One thing that I've been thinking about, because this game as it gets closer, it keeps bothering me, is like, if Arsenal is serious, which I agree with you, and I believe Arteta should be telling the group, if you are really, really serious about winning something and letting the world know that you have improved and you have arrived and you are ready to challenge for trophies, right? Not just midway into the season, then this is the kind of game that you really need to show up for.
Yep.
And you cannot lose it. Even if it's a draw, you have to take a point out of this game. You cannot go to this place and lose. And if I can be a little bit positive, Arsenal went to Liverpool, which was also part of the time that the league was going around between first and second. They went there and they got a result. Right? That was Anfield.
Yeah.
I am not sure this game will be tougher than what we faced at Anfield. Even though we had some stroke of luck, that final goal didn't come, he hits the bar and he ended 1-1. So I will be talking to the team like, hey man, you've gone to Liverpool, you took a point, they came here, you won the game. Man City is now better. We saw the Liverpool Man City game, right? The game turned around and they actually tried to get a point. So yes, you can do that, right? But I want to come back to you, Charles, and I want you to give me your predictable starting 11. Now that we know that Walker might be out and Stones might be out, the first question before you actually go through that, and I'm going to ask you and Harry that question, is Pep playing a mind game with Arsenal, putting that information out, or is it really, really truthful? Because when he said that, he also said that Akanji trained. He also said Henderson might be back because he trained as well. Grealish trained as well. So I'm wondering, he mentioned that some players are fit and they train, but he said that some players are definitely ruled out. And that was him talking about that on a Thursday when you have some other training sessions to come, like Friday, Saturday. I don't know if they trained Saturday before the game, but I don't know what their sessions look like. But in putting that out there, is it playing a mind game with Arteta? What do you think?
Absolutely. You beat me to it. That was how I was going to start. I was going to tell you it's definitely a mind game. This is not new. Like, we know how Pep does these things. Now, these guys that I mentioned that are ruled out, maybe they're not fully fit. Doesn't necessarily mean they're totally ruled out. But I actually believe 100% he's playing a mind game. So, and we would know when we see the whole starting 15, not just 11, but also those on the bench. We would know who is playing, who's starting, who's on the bench. I personally believe Walker, Stones, Grealish, all those guys, maybe they're not fully fit, but not necessarily ruled out. But we'll see. We'll see in a few.
Can you walk me through your starting 11 for City?
So starting 11, ideally, if everyone was fit, which I'm saying Pep may play my.
No, let's assume that is right. Let's assume that.
Okay, let's assume Walker and Stones are really
and
ruled
our
out.
Stones are hard. Who else would you play?
I'll do a 3-2-4-1 formation
Okay.
with 3 defenders, which is normally would have been Walker, Diaz, and Ake, but maybe Akanji will replace Walker considering he's back in training.
So
I'm sorry?
No, keep going. Akanji plays on the right.
Akanji, Diaz, Ake. Normally, as usual, I would have put Stones and Rodri in midfield, with Stones doing the inverted movement of coming from defense to make it 4 when they're in defense, and then come into the midfield when they're in attack. But for that position, I'll probably replace Stones with what's his name now? I'm dabbling between Nunes and Kovacic. But I'll probably do Kovacic and Rodri in the midfield. And then up front with Foden. So the front, like I said earlier, the front is where the power is. Foden, Silva, KDB, and probably Doku, because he's played more games than Grealish so far this season. And Grealish should be my what's the word now? Super sub. So can come in for either Foden or Doku at some point, preferably Doku. So Foden, Bernardo Silva, KDB, Doku, and of course Haaland up front. So starting from the back, Ederson, Akanji, Diaz, Ake, Kovacic and Rodri, Foden, Bernardo Silva, KDB, and Doku, and Haaland up front.
Cool question on your formation. If the back 3 has to turn to a traditional back 4, when that midfield is going to step in and do a centre back with Diaz?
With Diaz, Rodri. When your opponents, when Arsenal is attacking, Rodri pulls back. And that's if it's
Rodri's going to do that, and it's not going to be able to get into the final third.
Say that again?
I mean, if you do that, then you're telling Rodri not to be able to advance into the final third anymore. Especially if he can go down. That is when his spirit is.
Okay, so let me answer the question. When Arsenal is attacking, Rodri pulls back. And this is when, and I'm still sticking to the fact that I still believe Stones and Walker may start.
Yeah, they're out.
Okay. Let's rule them out.
Okay, so Kovacic and Rodri.
I saw those injuries in their friendlies against England. They're out.
Okay.
I mean, it's an hamstring. That was a week. Well, but it's almost 2 weeks out. So in that case,
exactly.
That Walker one is a bit suspicious.
It's a bit shaky. But let me answer your question with the information I've given. When Arsenal is attacking, Rodri draws back. When City is attacking, Rodri pushes as far forward as he wants to.
Yeah, the challenge with that is, again, I have never seen them play like that, having Kovacic and Rodri without Stones. And the reason is this. Rodri picks the ball most of the time and he builds it from the back.
Mm-hmm.
If they are threatened, there is no way they will not go back to back 4. There is no way. And think about Martinelli coming. Just think about Martinelli coming, right? Just think about that if he speaks. Just think about Martinelli coming and you telling me that he should keep playing a back 3. I think that's.
Oh, I never said that. I know.
Going to open themselves. So Rodri cannot be stationed to defend when there is nobody to pick. I have never seen him do that. I have never seen a game that they play like that before.
There's a best time for everything.
The crazy tactics I've seen is playing Akanji. When they went to Villa and lost at Villa, it was Akanji that did that right? Rodri was.
Rico Lewis will come into the team.
Yeah. So, but again, I'm going to come to you. So I just wanted to give you a chance if you want to reselect
tweak it a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm bringing Rico Lewis into it, then they're playing a back 4, which that's an option too. But they'll be playing a back 4 from the start.
I think that's more realistic because Akanji has played an inverted
side
a few times. So Akanji is able to step into Johnston's role.
So with Rico Lewis, they are playing a back. Basically, what you're saying is with Rico Lewis, they're playing a back 4, or they're playing a back 3 with Akanji.
So it's a back 4, but Akanji will join Rodri in the middle.
Okay, that's fair enough. That's an option.
That means Kovacic will have.
And they still have Guardiola. They have
Guardiola, but Guardiola. I mean, if he gives us Guardiola, I'm glad. The last time we played with them was Guardiola and Jesus had fun. Saka didn't play, but Jesus had fun. If he gives us Guardiola at right back, that's a very good news.
But
if he gives us
left back, would you take Ake or Guardiola?
What did you say?
Anybody.
On the left back, would you take Ake or Guardiola?
Ake is better. Ake is a better defender.
So you would rather face Guardiola, basically.
That's what I'm saying. I would rather face Vardio. Ake is better. So, and I know that he will not start Vardio before Ake in this current situation. Anyway, Ayo, let me come to you. Give me your first 11.
Yes, come to me.
Ayo is so confident. I don't know what Ayo is on something.
My confidence. See, when I saw the news break this morning, that John Stones.
When you give me a very lovely analysis and things that work out, so I'm not going
my confidence, my happiness this morning when I saw that John Stones and Kyle Walker were also out. And I know that it is likely that Saka and Martinelli will also be fit, even though they've been out. I was happy. This morning. I'm looking forward to the game.
I can't wait to hear your prediction, Ayo.
My starting lineup. David Raya is back in goal. Right? Saliba and Gabriel. I know they said, Gabriel, Gabriel will be fine. He will be available for this game. If he has to take the things that have been taken to have the confidence, he will be there. Saliba and Gabriel will play. Left back. Now, Zinchenko is back in training.
That's one of the most difficult area to decide today.
The question is, will Zinchenko play, or are we going to play Kiwior against Foden? I think Kiwior is going to start this game. I think he will play the first 60 minutes and come off for Zinchenko to play the last 30. That's what I think. On the right, Ben White is fine. He's been resting the last 2 weeks. He will be available. He will play. Midfield, I think it will be Declan Rice. Jorginho will start, and Odegaard, right? And up front, I expect Saka has had a break. Yes, I know that he withdrew from the England squad and he was injured. I believe it was precautionary. They said it was a little niggle and it was a precautionary measure. England only had friendlies. I think if England had competitive games, Saka might have played. But again, Saka has had 2 weeks to rest. I believe Saka will be available. Now, the question is who plays in the center? And I think Kai Havertz will start. I think Jesus will be on the bench. And on the left, if Martinelli is not fit, if he's not ready because he got a very bad cut, I forget which game it was. I don't know if he's fully recovered. Arteta mentioned that Gabriel, Martinelli, and Saka haven't yet trained with the team as of yesterday. I think they would have been in training today and tomorrow. So I think Martinelli might start, but if he doesn't, again, last time he came on and scored the goal, I think he might start from the bench, and I have every confidence in Trossard to play that role on the left.
Okay, cool question. So let's assume Martinelli doesn't start. You would play Trossard ahead of Jesus.
Yes, Trossard will start on the left ahead of Jesus. Yes.
No, he's playing Havertz ahead of Jesus. In a sense,
I'm playing Havertz ahead of Jesus.
Right now, with the way the team has played, with the form, Havertz has won a shirt.
Oh yes,
because
you might not Havertz right now. You can't drop Havertz, especially the way he plays.
Before, because he's been scoring and because of the last minute finding a way to help us score.
Jesus, but what's his best position for you guys though?
It doesn't matter. The thing with Havertz is about how you use him, and it's especially the option that he gives us when we're playing against these bigger teams, the likes of City, the likes of Liverpool, to an extent Tottenham, Chelsea. It's that option to go long. And I think I mentioned this when we were analyzing what City could do last season and why they were so unpredictable and unbeatable. It's because City last season could do it all. They could defend. They could go long when they needed to with Haaland. They could counter-attack. They could change up their formations. And I think that dimension is something that Havertz is giving us this season, where you don't know where he's going to pop up. I mean, look at the goal that Saka scored against Liverpool. He dropped into midfield. He was an 8, where he played an interchange with the ball. And then the next thing you see, he's sprinting through on goal in his number 9 position to receive. And he had that chance that, bounce that Alisson saves and Saka scored. So that's what I think Havertz gives us, is that unpredictability. We have the option to go long to him. He wins his aerial challenges 50% of the time. That is incredible for someone who is not a central defender. So that option that we have, I think we need it against a team like City. If you want to beat the press, you can go into Havertz wherever he's on the pitch, whether in the 8 role or in the 9 role.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's very. I mean, that's what I would have said. I don't think I had.
Yeah,
I've seen some.
and I think
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
was just going to say, I think why Jesus isn't starting yet is because one, Trossard has been performing. I know he was quiet again in that, like he tends to be quiet sometimes and drift out of games,
Yeah.
but he has that ability to deliver. He's especially a team against a team like City. He has the ability to hold onto the ball and not lose possession in silly roles. And I think Jesus, they're being a bit cautious with Jesus and not wanting to play him. I don't know if he's fully ready to play 90 minutes yet, especially with the new injuries that he's had over the last 2 seasons.
Correct, and especially the Arsenal's calendar, April schedule. It's like you're playing a game every
We
3
have to rotate. Yeah.
Charles, you said something that I wanted to go back to when you started talking. You said it's not a do or die game for City. I'm not sure I agreed with that, even though I understand that they both have a busy schedule. Like Arsenal is going to have to play a game every three days, same as City, right? So in this case, you don't have to, get all your players injured because of a single match. Because there are matches coming after. There's a match midweek, right? That's part of somebody winning the title.
Yeah.
He said they can afford to lose this game and still go on to win the league. I am not sure you have looked into the remaining 10 games for all the first 3 teams.
I have actually.
City.
But
And
I'll tell you why I
about
said
that statement?
I'll tell you why I said what I said. Historically, and I'm using the word historically loosely, who is better at grinding out results between City and Arsenal?
City.
City.
Okay.
Between Pep's City and Arsenal, it's Pep's City. Pep has a way of being 7th in January and still finding his way back to the top. I mean, even this season, he hasn't been at his best.
But January is like half of the season. That's like
I know. But I'm just making
this is week 29.
I know. But it's still Pep. And just like you said, the 3 teams have tough fixtures. So they're all going to drop points. Pep knows that. So losing this game doesn't mean it's over for City. Doesn't mean it's over for Arsenal either. But
Can I ask you a question?
No, hold on, let me finish. I think Pep will be calmer after a loss than Arteta. Because Pep has done it over and over in the past 5-6 seasons of grinding out results, of finding a way to still push. Even as he is number 2 or number 3, wherever he is right now, it didn't look like that some months ago. City were losing games here and they were drawing. But they found a way because they know they push others to drop points, they'll find a way to get back there. So I'm not saying it's a game he wants to lose, but if he was to lose it, it won't be the end of the world. And he knows
it's a point. It's a point between all 3 teams. I don't think this game is season defining. I think if Arsenal win this game, 4 points is a bit of a confidence booster for Arsenal. I don't think it's title or season defining for either team. But it would favor Arsenal if Arsenal were to win this game.
But Ayo, historically, winning last season, we know 4 points is not enough for Arsenal.
Right. Oh, definitely. I'm just saying, I'd rather be 4 points ahead than go 2 points behind City at this point.
Okay, so let's agree on something.
Yeah,
you can win a league with goal difference, with the same point and goal difference.
Of course.
Right. So the point I'm trying to make is, you don't need a 7 points gap. You don't need a 4 points gap. You don't need a 2 point gap to win a league. It's
you just need to be ahead.
The table shows at the end of the season that matters. And if the table shows that the all 3 tie at the same point, somebody with a better goal difference, that's the person that wins. Go and ask Liverpool how they felt when they lost by 1 point, right? So,
but what did they
matter? No, because you're trying to bring in the conversation around when Arsenal was up by 7 points.
No,
it doesn't. No. Let me land. I'm saying it doesn't really matter, right? Because that 7 points, if you don't have an advantage over the person you're runner up, you still don't win. So I don't care how much gap you have between, whether it's 7 or 1. You just need to win anyway, anyhow, and that's what really matters. That's the point I'm trying to make. Now, let me ask you a question.
Before you ask me, can I respond?
Yeah, go ahead.
You made a statement and said Liverpool lost. One asked Liverpool when they lost by 1 point. Who did they lose to? They lost to City.
Yes.
When you were leading by, I think, 13 points last season, who did you lose to? You lost to City. My point is, you are right. It doesn't matter.
Calming down.
Eh? Yeah, no,
13
my
points.
point is,
Be
it
calming
doesn't
down.
matter who wins or who doesn't win. At the end of the day, it's goal difference or who's on top. I get that point, but I think try and stop. Don't be an Arsenal fan for a minute and understand where I'm coming from. Mentally, mental strength, City has it more than anybody in this league.
And I want to get to that point.
We have Declan Rice.
And I want to get to that point. And that's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, go ahead.
I think the Arsenal team of last year, because I don't want them to be punished and being bastardized or being lashed out every time people have an opportunity to talk about them, about what happened last season. I don't think they should be treated that way. I think if we are to be nice and if we can be nice, I think we need to appreciate objective is
objective, not even just nice.
What
people forget about last season is that 8 points gap. That 8 points gap. City had 2 games in hand. People forget that it was an 8 points gap, but City had 2 games in hand.
But that's not even the point I'm trying to make. I'm not even trying to make a point based on team versus team. The point I'm trying to make is an objective is not enough. It's not kind enough. The point I'm trying to make is that was a very, very young and inexperienced team to make it that far.
No.
You need to understand that the Liverpool team that competed with City for years, they spent money to compete with City. Yet, Pep still won more than Klopp. Yeah. This team gelled before they even started competing with City. And that's where Arsenal is getting into. So give us that opportunity, number one. Number two, if you based on mental strength and capability, I think they have learnt from last season. And I think because I was really mad at the end of the year after Christmas when they lost 2 games. Yeah, I was really mad. I actually gave up. But I think the break they had in Dubai, they came back mentally fit, rested, and they're like, okay, we got to pick this up again, right? And they went on a winning streak. It has never happened before. By this time of every season, Arsenal would have typically crashed. We're not saying that yet. I don't pray we see that. So this game this weekend is another test for them to show whether they have actually learned from last season. And I think they have. Last season, we lost the 6 points to City. When you're trying to win a title, you don't lose points to your rival, your immediate rival. And I think that's what Pep will be saying. Like, you can lose to Wolves, you can lose to Bournemouth, you can lose to another team. You don't lose a game to Liverpool, you don't lose a game to Arsenal. And that's exactly what Pep demonstrated when he went to Anfield. He almost lost that game, but they did not. So I am hoping that Arsenal will go to Etihad and do the same. We gave them 6 points last season. Right now, we have won 3. Even if we lost this game, did you know that we have 1 more point out of these 2 teams that are second and third? Did you realize that? I don't think people know that. We got 4 out of the possible 6 against Liverpool. We've gotten 3 out of the possible 6 against City. Did you know that?
I did. I do.
When you try to attack them on their mental capability, I think they have improved. And I think you should give it to them. Go ahead.
I agree. So let me say something. You are totally right about everything you said. But you are missing the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make has nothing to do with Arsenal. I just brought Arsenal into it because you mentioned Liverpool. And I brought Arsenal because Arsenal was last season culprits. Liverpool was the season Liverpool lost by 1 point. Liverpool were the culprits. All to City. What I always say about City, when we talk about City, it's not about City. It's not about KDB. It's not about Ireland. It's not about Rodri. It's about Pep. It's about who is heading them. So when I mentioned mental capacity, I wasn't dissing Arsenal. I was praising City. My point is, if Pep loses to you guys on Sunday, he is not going to shake. You know why? Because he's been there so many times and he always came out on top, except once that Liverpool won the league in the past 5-6 years. So my point is about mental capacity had nothing to do with Arsenal. If City was facing Liverpool tomorrow, I'll say the same thing. If they were facing Brighton, I'll say the same thing. I'm praising City. I'm not dissing Arsenal.
Okay.
I'm saying with this game that you're facing Arsenal today, if Arsenal beat City, Arsenal will be 4 points ahead. City has
I
been.
hear you. I want to go to Ayo.
Let me finish. City has been there before, where Liverpool were ahead of them and they took over. Where Arsenal was ahead of them and they took over. Where whoever else, it's not the first time. City never. All the seasons, City always started on number one. I said number one all through the season. There were times when they were number 3, they were number 4, they were number 5, but they ended up finding a way to go back to the top. So 4 points is not going to make them shake. That's the point I'm trying to make. It's not about us now. I'm just praising City. And the better capacity is about City, about Pep.
Which is why I want to beat them 4-1 on Sunday so they can shake. They need to shake.
I want to ask Ayo a question, but I'm going to say, yes, your point noted and taken. However, it starts someday. Let us see if that is speech, uplifting speech, can do it again this season. I am not going to say anything. We're going to find out on Sunday if he's able to recover from this loss. Let him dare lose this game.
You won't find out.
No. You and I will have that conversation again. If he's able to recover. You know, I said something. I said you don't lose to your rival. You can lose another game. You don't lose the game to your rival. And I know what I'm saying. Ask Ferguson and Wenger those days. Let him lose this game, and you and I will have that conversation again. Ayo,
do you think if City loses this game, it's over for City? They can't win the league?
I can.
Yes or no question?
You know, I don't predict boldly.
I know, but yes or no question?
But I'm saying this online. I'm saying this online that if City loses that game on Sunday, even if Arsenal win that league, City is not winning that league. Write it down.
Okay, so let me rephrase my question. I said yes or no question.
Wow, I've never heard Biodu make such a bold prediction. This is hot. This is hot.
Question. If City loses this game,
hold on, just get my question.
This game on Sunday, City will not win this league. Mark my word.
Hear my question. And let's focus on the English. It's not. I'm talking about. You said we will not win. That's a prediction. I'm asking you. Do you think if City loses the game on Sunday, does that mean they cannot win the league? Yes or no?
I just said they will. Why are you asking me if they can? I just boldly told you they will not win this season.
So you're saying they cannot?
However you want to take your English, go ahead.
Okay.
Does it make a difference?
It does. But
does it make a difference? I'm trying to wrap here. Ayo, does it make a difference if Walker and Stones don't play this game?
Oh, yes, definitely. I mean, part of what is giving me confidence is the fact that, I think City against Arsenal, if they were missing just one, if Walker was out or if Stones was out, then you might be like, maybe they won't be so affected. But the fact that they're missing both, I think is a big, big factor against City, because that means their entire right side, the two people who would normally start, are out of that game. When Stones has been out, Kyle would play as the third center back, and then someone would invert on the other side, either Akanji or Stones if he was available, or to an extent, who else does that? They might play Rico Lewis on the left, and Rico Lewis inverts from the left. But the fact that both are unavailable, you're going to play Akanji there, yes, but Akanji playing as a right-sided, again, maybe if he was a back four and he was playing on the right side of, the center backs, like the right center back, I think it would be fine. But the fact that both Stones and Walker are out, I think is a big, big miss for them, especially because you will have the likes of Trossard or Martinelli or Jesus in that spot. It's not just any.
Saying it's a weaker right side.
It's a weaker right side for City.
Another thing that I was talk about. Another thing that I was hoping you would talk about, which I have done. I actually had a conversation with a Man City fan during the week, was that Walker's presence, and I don't know if you would agree with me. That's I want to bring out the both of you. Walker's presence when he plays, I think is really, really key. People can say it doesn't cross, but I think is one of the guys that I don't like facing. Why? Number one, you might not think he's a bully, but I think he's a bully. He likes to bully players.
He's strong.
He has a physique that scares any attacker, any opponent. He can run. You can hardly beat him on a foot race, right? So you're going to have to be at 120% to beat this guy. That guy is out. He's also the current captain because KDB has been in and out. So when you have that guy not available, I think the presence speaks a lot.
It's a big yes.
John Stones, who is gentle and nice, but is a talkative. He talks, he communicates. I like him. He has really grown. He has developed under Pep. He knows how to invert. You will find him in the final third, doing passes, taking shots. It's very good. He's missing as well. I think it matters. But when Pep said, it is what it is. So,
Yeah, it is what
now,
it is.
do you think that's an advantage and a disadvantage to Arsenal and a disadvantage to City with those two
Say
out?
something else. Let me hear you. Say it's not. Let me hear you.
It is.
Thank you. That's
It
what I
is.
thought.
But so it goes back to what I'm saying about the whole losing or not losing. But I don't want to go back into it. It's too long the process. My point is,
I don't want you to go too long because I have another question and I need to wrap.
Okay, to wrap up, I'm saying, yeah, of course, losing your key men is like saying if Saka and Odegaard were out, is Arsenal weaker? Of course they're weaker. It's normal. That's normal.
Yes,
I mean, Saka wasn't available last time.
Yes,
I'm
yes,
just
we
gonna
go.
say, but
yes,
you know,
the next question.
Guys,
I'm just saying.
they can't win. I'm saying they are weaker. Doesn't mean they can't win. Just like City can win also, even though they are playing weaker. You
So
understand?
here's the next question. Here's the next question.
What's my prediction?
No, before prediction,
Guys,
we have said it as well. Everybody says it about City.
yeah.
They only tend to lose. Like their chances of losing is very high, and people predict a loss when Rodri doesn't play,
Yeah.
or when KDB doesn't play, or at worst when you don't have the two of them. When they lost to Villa, those guys were missing.
Yeah.
When they played that time, Rodri wasn't there. Both of them were missing. Are we saying now that the presence of Stones and Walker is as great as Rodri and KDB? Or are we saying, well, KDB is going to play
question for me?
They have a way to turn it around?
Is that a question for me?
I your start. Yeah.
So I think the loss of Stones and Walker is equivalent to Rodri being missing or KDB being missing. I think both of them together combined, because when Rodri is missing, it's a big presence that is missing. And I think you're doing the same thing when you take both Stones and Walker out. You're essentially taking out the complete right side.
Yep.
When you take Rodri out, you're taking out the entire center of what holds the midfield and glues the defense to the attack. Rodri dictates everything. All the games they've lost this season were games where Rodri was unavailable. So I think that's what it is when both Stones and Walker are out.
Charles, do you disagree?
No, I absolutely agree.
Okay.
Absolutely
So
agree.
Let's take prediction. Charles, go first. What's the prediction for this game?
Do you want scoreline or you just want a prediction win, draw?
Scoreline prediction.
Scoreline 2-2 draw.
Ayo.
God forbid batting. You are saying that to on Good Friday. 4-1 win to Arsenal. Mark my words.
Wow, that's bold. I don't know if
I agree with you.
4-1. I think the spirit of Lobs is descending on me today.
Wow. Don't. This is how Lobsy comes here and boasts, and at the end of the day, they don't win anything. Don't
exactly.
4-1. I will be back here next week to defend it.
Be humble.
4-1. Okay.
All right.
You know just to say one more
worst
thing.
Case, worst case.
Biadu.
Worst case. 2-1.
Deep down, don't worry. Let me keep it to myself.
I'm the moderator. If you ask, I won't answer you.
No, is that a question? I was going to make a statement. Is that a question?
Okay, go ahead and make your statement. It doesn't matter.
No, but it's not worth it.
Okay, go ahead and make your statement.
It's not worth it.
You either say it on the chat if you don't say it here. So say whatever.
No, okay. Let me just drop it for you. What I was going to say is this. I've said it before and I'm saying it again. You guys, you doubt me when I say it. I'm actually predicting Arsenal is going to win the league. I am actually predicting you guys are going to win. 20 years later, you guys are going to win it this year. That's my prediction.
Okay,
now,
shut up. There's nothing else more to say.
I'm not done.
He will say something nice. At the end of the day, his intention is to actually
let him land. Let him land.
I'm predicting Arsenal wins the league this year. But because of all this conversation we're having, if you guys end up beating City, I'm going to predict that City will go above you guys. Not saying Arsenal is going. Not saying City is going to win it.
You want to be right. I know.
I
can read
I'm not done. My point is going back to what I'm saying, that City losing this game is not as bad as you guys are making it seem, because City has been there before when the team above them is so many points above them and they still catch up and end up winning. It's in the let's categorize it. In the past 5 years or 6 years, City has technically won all. The one they did not win, they were still second, so they were still top. So basically, in the past 5-6 years, City has been top. consistently.
You sound like that will never change.
No,
I mean,
my
that's
point
the
is,
point I'm trying to-
hold on. I'm not saying
You
it's
sound like
never
that
change.
situation will never
Hold
change.
on, Biodun. It will change with City, but I'm telling you, it won't change with Pep. That's what I'm trying to understand.
I disagree.
Okay.
Charles is Pep lover.
See,
We
I
shall
disagree. We can have another
Your
conversation.
belief in Pep is like Jesus.
No, it's not that.
Actually,
Pep is indefatigable.
I'm
Me,
actually
I
a bigger fan
believe
of
in
Pep than
results.
this guy. I'm actually a bigger fan of Pep than this guy, but I wouldn't even say that.
I'm not even a fan of Pep. I'm just.
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't even say that about Pep.
Well,
But anyway, it's been
results
nice having you guys.
don't lie.
It's been nice having you guys. I want to take prediction. I want to take prediction about the other games that are happening because it's not just City, Arsenal this weekend. Ayo, can you please bring up the remaining fixtures and let's take prediction about the other games real quick.
Yeah, let's do that. All right.
Charles, and I'm serious. Let City lose that game. You and I will talk.
Say that again.
I am telling you, go write it down. Let City lose that game. You and I will have a conversation.
There's nothing to have a conversation about. There will be not. We can have a conversation when the season is over.
That's what I'm saying.
And City is above you.
Yeah, we'll have the conversation when the season finishes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because my summary is City losing
the games
doesn't mean they won't be above you at the end of the season. That's the point I'm trying to make.
I don't see them yet.
Okay, we shall see.
Do you have them up?
Yeah. You guys see?
The games are coming up, Charles.
No, I don't. I don't see anything.
You have to add the screen sharing into the.
So if we don't see it, it's your fault. Is that what we're getting?
No, it's Piero's fault. That's what I'm saying.
Either way, it's an Arsenal fan's fault.
Got it.
Audience.
All right, guys.
All
right, guys. Okay. Let's take it real quick. Starting from the top. Newcastle, West Ham, Charles.
Newcastle 3-1.
3-1. Ayo, Bournemouth, Everton.
Bournemouth. 2-2 draw.
2-2 draw. Okay, Charles. Chelsea Burnley.
The best team in London. Let's go. 2-0. Chelsea.
I'm
using Ayo's confidence. 2-0. Chelsea.
See what you have to say.
Oh my God.
It's possible. I mean, anything is possible with Chelsea. You know that.
Anything is possible. You're right. Ayo, Nottingham Forest.
I think Palace will continue the uptick in form with the new manager. I'm thinking it's a narrow 2-1 win for Palace.
Okay. Sheffield United, Fulham. Charles.
Before I say this, I want to ask you a favor. When we get to Liverpool Brighton, I also want to hear your prediction, Biodun. So basically, I want predictions from the three of us for Liverpool Brighton.
Okay.
I'm just asking for a favor. But anyways, Sheffield Fulham will dominate those guys. 2-0.
Ayo, Spurs, Luton.
Ooh, high scoring game. I would say Spurs win 4-2.
Fair enough.
Aston Villa, Wolves. Charles.
Ooh, that's a tough one, though. Villa was scraped by 2-1.
2-1. Okay. Maybe a draw. Okay. Ayo, Brentford, Man United.
Yeah, I expect Man U to win that one. Brentford is struggling. I think the banger when Tony came back with seems to have dried up of late. I expect Man U to win that game.
All right. So this is the one that Charles wants everyone to.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Charles, go first. Liverpool, Brighton.
You know now. 3-1 Liverpool. You know I'm giving Liverpool my support this season.
Ayo.
Even I'm predicting Arsenal will win it.
Ayo.
You see this Charles. Charles is talking out of every corner of his mouth.
I already told you he's a double mouth guy.
He said, hold on, let me put this. I believe Arsenal will win the league, but City will still go ahead of you, even if they lose.
And now Liverpool.
but I give Liverpool the league. Okay, we already know all three of them are the ones in contention for the title.
You're a politician, right?
Let me explain.
You have to try. You try to
give me 2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes. Let me explain.
You don't have 2 minutes.
You have 30 seconds.
You
Okay,
have 30
1
seconds
minute.
or less.
Let me just explain real quick. I keep explaining to you guys. Forget City. I mean, I brought City in because of the conversation we just had today. Leave City out of it. Liverpool and Arsenal. I keep telling you guys, prediction and support are two different things. You can predict someone will win. I can't predict Chelsea will win the league this season. We are 10th. It's not possible. But I'm still a Chelsea fan. I still support Chelsea. So I'm predicting Arsenal will win because of what they did last season, how close they came, and how they're playing this season. I predict Arsenal will win. If I had to bet my money right now, I'll bet on Arsenal. But do I want them to win? Because of you lot? No. I'd rather Liverpool win. So I'm supporting Liverpool, but I'm predicting Arsenal. Two different things. Understand those two things.
All right. Your 30 seconds is up.
Yeah, I'm done.
Prediction. Ayo.
2-2.
2-2.
Of course.
Wow.
Don't use the predict draw, yeah. Or Brighton.
The funny thing is I was going to predict 2-2. And I was going to say for Brighton to win, I was going to ask Ayo, can we just loan them Trossard for that weekend?
Oh my God. Loan them Trossard and then your Martinelli left.
They don't need Trossard. They got it.
I mean, Trossard just likes playing against Liverpool.
Yeah, that's true.
But Martinelli is injured. Who will play against City for you on the left?
Martinelli is not injured. If you are cursing, your curse return to you.
Okay, no curse.
Martinelli will play on Sunday.
Martinelli is not injured. He needs to see. Walker, in or out, Martinelli has to play. Rico Lewis, better.
I mean, I thought that you said that Martinelli is a doubt. And he said if he's a doubt.
Yes, because we don't know whether
they say he's a doubt because
anyway,
injured,
it's been a wonderful night.
He will play.
It's been a wonderful night. Thank you all. Thank you for the great analysis.
It has been wonderful.
Back and forth. Thank you for being here, guys. It's gonna be a great weekend. It's an Easter weekend.
Yep.
Let us not be the underdog so that we can rise like our Lord Jesus Christ rose. And let it be a very good Easter celebration. The power of resurrection, let it go behind us now this weekend.
In 3 days.
Thank you guys for following. Please continue to like, share, and subscribe. It's been a wonderful time.
Yes.
We'll return.
Awesome. Bye.